This is great. This is where I slept last night for, I think it was 4 minutes. I was like, it was so cold. Okay, you're on, what is it, 81st Street, New York, in Lexington, and I was like, oh, it's so cold. It's like 30 degrees. I'm so tired. I haven't slept. It's like 5 a.m. The worst part of the. So you just put your leg up there, and I was like this, one leg down, one leg kind of hip propped up, right there, and I'm just like, oh God. And I thought to myself, I was like, this is, I mean, it was awful. I was like, oh, and I was like, no, just remind yourself of Moses. During those moments where you're like, I can't, it's like, this is so bad how I'm stuck in a fucking phone booth to block the wind because it's so cold on this cross street. I was like, no, just remember Moses. He started his journey when he was 80 years old. 80. Okay, and he had to wander the desert for 40 fucking years. Poor fucking bastard. This is like my great whatever, all the way up to the 50th grandfather. And I was like, nah, just remember Moses. You remember Moses, you're good. Because if Moses can do it at 80 for 40 years, I can do it for a night in the freezing cold in New York City. And then when you think about it that way, you're like, oh man, I'm suffering on behalf of God. It's like, fuck yeah, man. It's like you kind of become, I don't know, it's like you don't mind the pain. It's the greatest game. And also when it starts to get real hot and all this stuff for the climate change stuff that's coming, we're going to be like, oh, it's okay. You kind of take glee in it. And on the other side, it would be total misery, you see? So it solves the whole problem of what we're going to experience, whatever that may be, because we're going to say, oh no, we're suffering on behalf. It's actually positive. And it just becomes a psychological trick. Not a real trick because it's the truth, but it becomes psychological. And once it's in your mind that something's good, well then it's good. And if it's in your mind that it's bad, it's bad. So now I'm going to go to Sabas because they have the best kosher pizza in New York City.